In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on December 14, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. NC State versus Kansas. A much-anticipated non-conference showdown is slated for Saturday afternoon as the NC State Wolfpack face off against the number 10 Kansas Jayhawks. The last time these two teams clashed was during the 2022 Battle for Atlantis tournament, where Kansas emerged victorious with a 6-point margin. The Wolfpack are entering this game on the heels of a 66-56 home win against Coppin State, a game in which they fell far short of covering the substantial 32.5-point spread as favorites. On the other hand, Kansas recently suffered a setback, falling on the road to Missouri with a 76-67 loss, failing to meet expectations as 6.5-point favorites. The Kansas Jayhawks are reeling from back-to-back losses against Creighton and Missouri, which makes it difficult to justify confidence in them as double-digit favorites in this matchup. The NC State Wolfpack, while struggling in some of their marquee games this season, have proven to be a solid team that performs competently on both offense and defense. Notably, the Wolfpack haven't faced a double-digit underdog spread since March and have outright won their last 2 games when put in this position. Given these dynamics, the NC State Wolfpack to cover the spread as underdogs is our full-game side pick. Betting on traditional basketball powerhouses like Kansas often drives public enthusiasm toward the over, as casual bettors assume that a star-studded lineup will easily rack up points. However, this has not been the case for Kansas this season. Out of their 9 games so far, the Jayhawks have gone under the total in 8. This trend is reflective of their slower pace of play, driven by a focus on leveraging the presence of Dickinson in the post. Dickinson's dominance inside, combined with his ability to execute a 2-man game and find KJ Adams for quick buckets, tends to chew up the clock and limit high-scoring opportunities. Adding to this dynamic is NC State's deliberate approach to the game. The Wolfpack rank 270th in the nation in pace of play and will aim to slow things down to enhance their chances of pulling off an upset. If the game remains in the 60s, NC State has a much better shot at securing a victory compared to a fast-paced, high-scoring contest in the 90s. Furthermore, NC State is ranked just 96th in offensive efficiency, meaning they must maximize the value of their extended possessions to keep the game competitive. The Wolfpack have also gone under the total in 6 of their last 7 games, making this matchup another strong candidate for a low-scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full-game total pick. Louisville versus Kentucky. On Saturday, one of college basketball's most storied rivalries will reignite when the Louisville Cardinals travel to Lexington, Kentucky, to face off against the Kentucky Wildcats at Rupp Arena. This highly anticipated matchup promises to be a thrilling showdown between 2 teams that have already demonstrated significant potential this season. Under the guidance of their new head coach, Pat Kelsey, the Cardinals have shown remarkable improvement, boasting a 6-4 record so far. Meanwhile, the Wildcats are off to an exceptional start with an impressive 8-1 record, earning them a well-deserved ranking as the 5th best team in the nation. This weekend, the intensity of one of college basketball's premier rivalries will once again take center stage, with the Louisville Cardinals and Kentucky Wildcats preparing to clash. Although this rivalry has been one of the most frequently contested in the sport, many of the players and even the head coaches are experiencing it for the very first time. Both teams are led by first-year head coaches, adding an intriguing layer of novelty to the long-standing competition. Adding to the excitement, both programs have exceeded expectations in the early months of the season. Kentucky, boasting a 9-1 record, features one of the most dynamic and efficient offenses in the nation. Louisville, while still a work in progress, has made significant strides compared to last year's disappointing campaign. While Louisville's improvements are notable, Kentucky's overall performance suggests they have the tools to dominate this matchup. The Cardinals Cardinals have faced a challenging slate of opponents this season, going up against powerhouse programs such as Tennessee, Duke, Oklahoma, West Virginia, Indiana, and Ole Miss. Despite the stiff competition, Louisville has generally held its own, thanks in large part to its tenacious defense and strong rebounding efforts. However, the upcoming matchup against Kentucky poses unique challenges. While Louisville has excelled on the boards, Kentucky has been even better, showcasing dominance in rebounding. Additionally, Louisville's ability to force turnovers may be rendered ineffective against a disciplined Kentucky team that rarely gives up possession. Ultimately, the Wildcats' highly efficient and high-scoring offense is likely to overwhelm the Cardinals. It seems unlikely that Louisville will be able to keep pace with Kentucky's offensive firepower. The Cardinals rank 79th in adjusted offensive efficiency, averaging 111 points per 100 possessions. However, their shooting percentages tell a troubling story. They rank 284th in field goal percentage and a dismal 352nd in three-point shooting. These struggles are unlikely to improve in the hostile environment of Rupp Arena, where Kentucky has been dominant, boasting a 7-0 record with an average margin of victory of plus 29 points per game. Kentucky's recent dominance in this rivalry further complicates matters for Louisville. The Wildcats have won 5 of the last 6 meetings and continue to feature one of the best offenses in the nation, ranking first in scoring and 9th in efficiency. Louisville, on the other hand, has struggled offensively and will face an uphill battle trying to contain the Wildcats. Defensively, Kentucky has been just as formidable, with the 28th ranked field goal defense and the 4th best three-point defense in the country. Louisville, which relies heavily on perimeter shooting, will likely struggle against Kentucky's superior defensive capabilities on the perimeter. Moreover, Kentucky's advantage extends to rebounding and ball security, ranking second nationally in total rebounds per game and 31st in fewest turnovers per game. All signs point to the Wildcats extending their dominance in the series, so the Kentucky Wildcats to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Kentucky's offensive prowess is nearly unmatched, with the Wildcats scoring 87 or more points in 5 of their last 7 games. They maximize their possessions efficiently, ranking 31st nationally in fewest turnovers per game. Additionally, they are a strong perimeter shooting team, ranking 17th in three-point field goals made per game. Their high-octane, fast-paced style of play, maintained even after coach John Calipari's departure, has kept them among the fastest teams in adjusted tempo, utilizing 72 possessions per 40 minutes. This relentless offensive approach is reflected in their remarkable numbers: 120 points per 100 possessions, 91 points per game, a field goal percentage of 48.7%, and a three-point shooting percentage of 35.5%. Given their offensive dominance, it is reasonable to expect Kentucky to exceed the 85-point mark in this game, with a potential final score somewhere around 87-74. Louisville's best chance to compete will be to try to match Kentucky's scoring output, but this will be a daunting task given their offensive inconsistencies and Kentucky's defensive strength. Saturday's game in Lexington is shaping up to be a fast-paced, high-scoring affair, making over the projected total our full game total pick. Tennessee versus Illinois. The new top-ranked team in college basketball is gearing up for a challenging showdown as the #1 Tennessee Volunteers prepare to face the Illinois Fighting Illini. These two programs crossed paths last season, with Tennessee emerging victorious by a 7-point margin in a home game. Most recently, Tennessee secured an impressive home win against Miami, defeating them 75-62. However, the Volunteers narrowly missed covering the 14.5-point spread as favorites. Meanwhile, Illinois is riding high off a hard-fought conference victory against Wisconsin, winning 86-80 but similarly failing to cover as 6.5-point favorites. The Volunteers have ascended to the top spot in the national rankings thanks to a hot streak that includes commanding victories over multiple major conference opponents. Illinois, despite being unranked, has also showcased its abilities this season with a 7-2 record, including significant wins over Arkansas and Wisconsin. Their only setbacks have been against strong teams like Alabama and Northwestern. The Illini's youthful squad is brimming with talent, led by future NBA first-round draft pick Kasparas Jakušionis. The question now is whether their home court advantage will be enough to topple the red-hot Volunteers or if Tennessee's dominance will persist. Interestingly, the Volunteers, despite being the top team in the nation, are favored by a slim margin, suggesting a highly competitive matchup. Head coach Rick Barnes has built a reputation for emphasizing defense, and this year's Tennessee squad continues to excel on that front, ranking among the nation's best defensive teams. What's surprising, however, is their offensive prowess, as they rank within the top 10 offensively, largely thanks to the stellar shooting of transfer guard Chaz Lanier. The Volunteers boast a veteran-laden roster with the experience to handle the challenges of playing in hostile environments. While Illinois is a formidable opponent and poised to achieve great success this season, they might find themselves outmatched by Tennessee's depth and maturity. The Volunteers' defense is likely to pose the toughest challenge Illinois has faced so far this season. Tennessee has already proven their mettle on the road with a dominant 22-point victory over a strong Louisville team earlier this year. Although Tennessee may not ultimately be the best team in the nation by season's end, their current form is unmatched. Given their strong performance and well-rounded capabilities, the Tennessee Volunteers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. When these teams met last season, the game turned into a high-scoring affair, surpassing the 145.5-point total with a combined 165 points. With both squads bringing a balanced skill set to the court, this matchup could easily swing in either direction. That said, the indicators lean toward another offensive shootout. While Tennessee ranks 266th in raw offensive metrics, they sit 10th in adjusted offense according to Ken Palm. Their deliberate tempo doesn't hinder their ability to score efficiently, as they have repeatedly demonstrated the capability to put up 80 points or more despite a slower pace. In fact, the Volunteers have scored at least 75 points in their last 3 games and have reached the 80-point mark in 4 contests this season. On the other side, Illinois thrives on a faster pace, ranking 31st in tempo and 28th in adjusted offense. Playing in front of a raucous home crowd eager for an upset, the Illini are likely to dictate the tempo at times, favoring an up-tempo game. Their recent offensive output has been impressive, scoring 86 points or more in 5 of their last 6 games. Given these factors, as this matchup is expected to deliver another high-scoring spectacle, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.